Hi, this is Murray from Second Time Tech, and today I'll be talking about a computer that is very inexpensive. It's pretty much the least expensive one that I could find the parts for on Amazon that I would consider to be good. So it's still very inexpensive. On Amazon Canada, it's $367. And on Amazon US, it's $267. And that's for the case and everything inside of it. So I did have one upgrade suggestion that you do right away. And the keyboard, mouse, and monitor are not included, but I do have suggestions for that I will talk about at the end. So let's get to it, and I'll do the Amazon Canada first, and then we'll tell you the price of each part in Amazon Canada and Amazon US. So first is the case, which is a Roseville dual fan micro ATX mini tower case, and its model number is the FBM-05. It's $34.99 in Amazon Canada, and it is $28.99 on Amazon US, and it has a USB 3 port on the front. It's got two USB 2 ports on the front. It has the jack for the microphone and for the headset, and because it's dual fan, that means that it has an intake fan on the front. It's 120 millimeter, and then the exhaust fan on the back is an 80 millimeter, and that's all included in that price, so that's pretty decent. Now the next thing is power supply, and the power supply is an EVGA 80 plus bronze 450 watt power supply. Now, in Canada, it's $39.99, and in Amazon US, it is $39.99. Now, the thing with it is 450 watts doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's way more than what this system needs. This system will sip power. It's a pretty low power system, but still good to do quite a few things. Now, the next thing we'll talk about is the motherboard. And the motherboard, and this motherboard is because it is the least expensive motherboard that I think is good. Okay? So it's the MSI A320M Pro VH motherboard, and it's $76 in Canada. And on Amazon US, it is $52.99. I feel like a B350 motherboard would be better, but if you're never going to change this, the CPU is non-overclockable, the one that I picked. And you can put pretty much any Ryzen CPU inside of that motherboard, but you won't be able to overclock it because it's an A320. And the other thing the couple of things I don't like about the board is that it's only got 2 memory slots. So if you want to upgrade the memory later, it makes it more expensive. And the motherboard only has 2 serial ATA ports on it. So you can't put a lot of stuff on it. It does have an M.2 drive, so you can put a M.2 SSD drive in there or an M.2 NVMe drive on it, so the ability to do that also. But the B350 boards have more in the ways of those things too, and it's only for a little bit more money, but I'll talk about it after. Just my opinion, that's all. But like I said, if you're never going to change this CPU, and that's all that you want is something that you can go online with, surf the web, watch YouTube videos or any other streaming site videos, and you want to do maybe some Word, Excel, PowerPoint on it, and things of that nature, this system will be perfectly fine for that. And even a small amount of gaming, light gaming. Now the power supply, no, I already said that. Nix that. The CPU that goes in there is the AMD Athlon 200GE. It's a locked 2-core, 4-thread CPU on the AM4 socket. And in Canada, it is $79.99. And on Amazon US, it's $55 US. It also has built-in Radeon Vega 3 graphics on it, so it's better than anything that you get on a Intel CPU. So their integrated graphics is not even close to this. This is way better for that. Now, the memory, the fastest memory that CPU can handle is 2666 megahertz. So that's the kits that I got. They're 8 gig kits. So that means they have 2 4 gig modules in them. And that's so that you can run them in dual channel mode. And the one for Amazon Canada is the Patriot Viper Elite. And it is $89.99 for the kit. And on Amazon US, it is the Patriot Signature. Again, 8 gig kit, 2 4 gig sticks, 2666 megahertz, and it's $59.99. Now, next thing is storage. And because we're trying to make this run as fast as we can, because that's the fastest memory, so let's get the fastest thing that you can put in there. That's not too expensive. And it's the Kingston Digital A400 SSD 240 gigabyte. And that'll make it run much faster than a hard disk drive. Your load times for your programs will be way faster, and your boot up times will be way faster. The system will run a little tiny bit faster, but not much. And in Canada, that 240 gigabyte drive is $47.99, and on Amazon US, it is $39.49. Now, if you want, you could change that out for a hard disk drive. The Western Digital Blue 1 terabyte 7200 RPM. It has 4 times the storage, but it's way, way slower. And it's $49.99 in Canada, so that's like $2 more. And in the States, it is $45.99, which is $6.50 more. So you'd have to add that to the price if that's what you wanted to do. What I would do is I would stick with the SSD, and then later, like after you load your Windows operating system and you add some programs and you've got your data on there and your pictures and your music and anything, documents, anything else that you want to put on there, and you find that the drive's starting to fill up, then I would add a hard disk drive as a secondary storage drive, like your D drive, and then you could put some stuff on there, and you could even put programs onto it later if you want. So, and then it'll run faster still. So, I think that's the better thing. So basically, that is what you get for your price that I was talking about earlier, and that would be $367 Canadian or $267 US. Now, if you want Windows, Tech by Matt has a video out that shows you how you can legally use Windows 10 for free. So I'll put the link in the show notes for that, so you can go watch that and decide. If you want an international key, if you go to SCD key, you can get one of those. It's $14 US, or it's $20.50 Canadian. That's not included in the price. It would be extra if you want to do that. Now, the next thing is the B350 motherboard. And since I already told you pretty much the reasons why that I would switch to it, because it's got twice as many memory slots. It's got 4. It's got twice as many serial ATA ports, so it's got 4 instead of 2. And the ability to overclock, and then you can put any Ryzen CPU in there and overclock it if you want. And the ability to upgrade your memory is much better, because you can just keep the memory in there and just get another kit and upgrade it to 16 gigs if you want, or even 24 gigs if you want. And so that in Canada is $24 more, and that's for the MSI B350M Pro VDH motherboard. So that would make it, let's say, $391 if you decided to go with the B350 motherboard. And in the States, it is $12 more, but this one is a different motherboard. It's a Gigabyte GA-AB350M-DS3H. And it's got the same features as the other motherboard. This one's just less expensive. It has the 4 memory slots. It has the 4 serial ATA ports on it. And again, the 350, B350, you can overclock with it if you want. So if you want to do that, the $12 extra, so instead of being $267, it would be $279 to do that upgrade. Now, the keyboard and mouse and monitor. I like Logitech, so I picked Logitech as because I want still to have good stuff in here. The wired keyboard and mouse, it is the Logitech MK120, and it's $18.99 in Canada, and in Amazon US it is $14.44, and that's for a wired mouse and a wired keyboard. If you want wireless, Logitech have one. Well, it's not the lowest one; it's the second. It's a Logitech MK270 wireless keyboard and mouse combo, and in Canada it's $24.98, and on Amazon US it is $18.89. So it's not that much more if you want to go do the wireless thing. And the monitor on Amazon Canada is an Acer S220 HQL 21.5 inch, and it's LED backlit and LCD screen, and it's $109 Canadian for that. And the one on Amazon US is a Sceptra 22 inch, and it's a LED backlit screen, and it has an LCD panel, and it is $82.99. Both those monitors are 1080p monitors, and the model number for the Sceptra is E225W-1920 black. If you want to look that one up. I will put all of these in the show notes so that you can go look at them and all that sort of stuff. I have no affiliations with anybody, so it's just a link. That's pretty much it. I did figure out what the cost of if you want to get the Logitech wireless keyboard and mouse and the monitor together. So if you want to get that on Amazon Canada, it's $124 for it. And on Amazon US, it's $102 more for it. So just add that to the price of the system. And then you've got a decent system. And in Canada, that would be 4, 8, 9. Would be $491 Canadian, and that's for the system with the wireless keyboard and mouse and monitor and the A320 motherboard. And in the States, it would be $369, and that would be with the A320 motherboard. So less than 500 in Canada, and way less than 370 in the States. So pretty decent system, and upgradable. And that's the wonderful thing. It's upgradable. And even more upgradable if you put the B350 motherboard in there. So that's basically what I have for today. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. If you like the content, then please subscribe. And if you want notifications, then click the bell. Otherwise, you won't get them. I would like to wish everybody a wonderful day. Thank you very much for watching and listening.